3 seasons ago, I think we had like what, 1 or 2 Japanese team, and we head on to season 2, season 3, and with every season we see more and more Japanese teams actually stepping out into the limelight, actually making it pretty big, top 10, top 16 of the current of the open division season.
Yeah, a lot of people coming back from the Japanese region, as well as maybe some inspiration there from the recent Cyclops Athlete Gaming. Those guys absolutely amazing. Played as Team Japan as well, so lots of exposure for Japan, lots of hype for the Japanese squad, and well deserved. But now we are gonna have ISG here on the left, gonna be the Japanese squad. On the other hand, OZO in the Taiwanese squad. And for this time, I feel like we are the minority stream in this one, because it's gonna be a Japanese and Taiwanese teams. I don't think they want an English cast too much, but we'll still go with it. I would love to allow the C community to actually see what the Asian community, the more Eastern Asian community has to offer. And speaking of offering, it's gonna be a GOATS Cup here for ISG.
Of course, GOATS versus Widow and Tracer. Widow Tracer actually a pretty rare pick in this particular map, but Ji Feng actually getting a kill on Hakwa, and over Zest getting a reverse trade on K.
Yeah, for now it is gonna be Yufeng just going for some shots with this Tracer. Ralph though getting rid of the Lucian for now. And it's gonna be OZO trying to go for the contest. In the meantime, ISG finally taking control of the fight. The Tracer just booping around. And honestly, this goes to show why you don't play the GOAT, the Widow and the Tracer rather against the GOAT. It's not really the best combination against the 3-3.
The Japanese squad will be looking to make the switch to something that's stronger. Oh, sorry, the Taiwanese squad will be looking to make a switch against a composition that's stronger against a GOATS comp that ISG is bringing to the table. So now we see Pro God on the Pharah, and of course Ji Feng will be staying on the Tracer because Tracer is still a pretty. Whoa! Look at that rotation right there.
That's gonna be ISG just walking on in, gets rid of K. They spot out the Brigade there, wasn't part of the crew. We do have a pulse bomb, it gets healed up by the supports as well as the bubble there. Ralph is gonna push on in, and ISG taking complete control of this fight. Cest even taking care of 3.
ISG is just looking so decisive, and that was an insane play. I've got to say, in the last 2 days, that was the most decisive, that was the most decisive play I've seen in the last 2 days, and that's great. I rarely see this kind of play coming out from an open deep team. So compliments to this team. I'm sure that particular maneuver was screamed again and again in Scream. So lots of effort, it finally paid off in an official game. So great play right there by ISG.
ISG going for the shatter, but it's gonna be Pro God trying to cover this with the Rocket Barrage. Self-destruct now gets absolutely nothing, and ISG once again showing their stuff. The Japanese squad has been so dominant in this fight. So much discipline in their play. You can see that these guys are so well practiced, and honestly, I would recommend our C teams to actually check this game out, because ISG now putting on a clinic. We know almost nothing about these 2 teams, but now we know that ISG is a disciplined force to be reckoned with.
This is exactly how the play goes. This right here is textbook GOATS in its finest. Beautiful play by Hako and a Diva Bomb as they choose to go for the speed. That was nothing short of perfect. And of course now a celebratory sound barrier coming out on the side of Hako and Lucio. That was textbook, Daks. That was absolutely textbook. Speed goes into Diva Bomb, into Grab. Wow.
I forgot. What, are we doing open division? Are we in contenders already? What? Where's my pay blizzard? That kind of deal. What is high level discipline here from ISG? And I wouldn't be surprised if a Japanese squad was this freaking good. Honestly, you can hear around the scene how hardcore these guys are, how disciplined they are. We've had
kind of feel like CSG opening a road for these teams would mean that maybe they are being guided by CSG. I mean, XQQ is a great guy. He's the current coach for CSG, and he has been around helping a lot of coaches out in on Twitter and the like. So maybe they're getting guided by their big brother. But whatever the case, this is a very strong showing from the first Japanese team we have casted in the last 2 days. So they are playing GOATS once again for this particular map, and we will see whether OZO can stand out against the onslaught that is ISG GOAT.
So yeah, ISG gonna be running the 3-3, has 3 names in their team name, and that's gonna be Ralph and Aishu already taking care of 2. This looks like OZO so lost against this Ghost Comp. This Nepal map has been perfected here by ISG so far. Amakazi mid-fight goes for the suicide so he can get back into the next side faster. ISG know exactly the timings here on Nepal.
Even though they have the Farah and Hanzo, which are actually popular counters against a Ghost Comp, they can't do anything against attack.
Yeah, so it's
played to perfection here by ISG.
Yeah, so
ISG looking really scary.
John, you're cutting out a little bit, but it's okay. ISG now getting rid of 2 so far. ISG gonna go for the push on in once again. In the meantime, John gonna check out his connection. ISG here just keeping control so far. Discord, yeah, Discord is being weird. I hope you are okay. Cutting out too. Okay, so we will have to change our server after this one. But in the meantime, we have a rally here from Cest, just trying to keep on with the extra armor, extra healing. Pro God though out in the sky, just floating around. Rocket Barrage is available here for Pro God. We might see a flank out. Rocket Barrage there connects Dragon Strike into the middle, and Ralph is the one able to get the kill for the time being. Aishu with the charge. It's gonna be Wubu falling. Kiyoshima dies to the hand of Aishu as well, and ISG right now ready with the grab. Doesn't have the Brigitte in this fight, but we might see a taxi here from Hakwa. ISG trying to stay in control, and hey John, try again. Yeah.
So Daks, I'm back into the fight. I hope my voice is a lot better right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I see.
Yeah, it's okay.
I see they're still having control. ISG still having control of the point, of course, and Raph with the Graviton looking to be using it against a team that has no Graviton, no Rocket Barrage, and no this ultimate. So there we go. The
Graviton,
grab
sir.
that engage clean.
We have a Valkyrie right now. Kiyoshima popping the Earth Shatter. OZO finally bringing in the fight. We have the charge out. It's gonna be Wubu though with the kill onto Aishu. For now, the mercy of OZO just healing everyone up. This is gonna be OZO with the retake, with the flip rather, and finally the Taiwanese squad on the board. We'll try to fix the connection issues after this game, guys, so don't worry about that. Graviton Surge is available here for Wubu. In the meantime, John, feel free to say something analytical.
So Zaz switching to the Farah and back onto the Brigitte, and I wonder why that is so. Maybe they had a talk about it. They wanted to play the Farah against the enemy composition, and maybe they decided it was not the comp that they wanted to pick. Pro God from the back, going for the barrage, and Taiwanese squad actually showing that ISG is not all that cracked up. It was cracked up to be. He's a great out there by Pro God, actually punishing ISG during the rotation into the point.
Oh, good attempt there from Amakazi, actually going for the boop onto the Rhino to try to save his teammate, but Ralph still dies to the OZO onslaught. ISG though being very creative for the time being. On the other hand, OZO showing their stuff here on the Nepal Shrine. I guess these guys a little better at defense rather than offense, and honestly the Ghost Comp struggling to actually siege on in against the Ana, the Farah, and the Doomfist.
This is the true test for ISG, because now they have to play into a Graviton, and whether they lose this fight gracefully with ultimates, it's going to show how good a team they are, and they are going to lose the fight, and they kept the ultimates.
They abandoned that fight immediately. The moment the Graviton Surge came out from Wubu, Hako literally did a 180 and just left. They didn't use the sound barrier and everything. So ISG doesn't want to fight the ultimates, doesn't want to go for a clash like that. Will rather go into the next fight with the ultimate advantage. On the other hand, Pro God and the Mercy working on their ultimates as well as K. So close to that nano boost for the time being. 90% right now here for OZO. We have Coalescence to start things off here from Tamaloon. They get rid of Yufeng already. There's gonna be a shatter, however. Sound barrier in response from Hakwa, and Progod gets a nano boost coming out with that Rocket Barrage as well as a bubble. But the Zarya and the Ana still not leading to any kills there for the Farah, Cest, and Amakazi, as well as Aishu gaining 4 kills in their name. ISG now with the retake, and looks like the Japanese squad will take the fall here. They get rid of the Mercy, and it's gonna be K just walking on in. Finally, ISG take the win here, 2-0 in a pretty much a slaughter. OZO putting up a fight here on Nepal Shrine, but honestly ISG just had that in the bag since the start.
So I love how the fights now become very predictable with ISG making consecutive drive pushes, 2 to 3 drive pushes, and finally capping the point when they already got 99%, finally using it to win out the series. So with good play, with good textbook play, comes predictable matches where you can kind of tell who's going to win the fight just off the number of ultimates they have. So kudos to ISG for playing a really good game of Overwatch. But of course, let's not forget ProGod really clutching out for his team. That is Rialto. So it does look good for ISG, but we also have to find out whether is ISG a one-trick pony. So is Ghost the only composition that they can play very, very well, or do they have more tricks up their sleeve? Because if it's only Ghost that they can play well in, then why? Maybe OZO can strategize against that and start picking maps that aren't so good against Ghosts.
That is absolutely true. We might see something coming out from the OZO's bag, but on the other hand, already we see ISG going for the 3-3. Like I said, 3 characters in their name, 3 tanks, 3 supports. Looks like they're going for the role play here, even on Rialto. So more or less, gonna be the same old roles here for everyone. It'll be Aishu on that Reinhardt, taking a quick low stroll in Rialto boats.
So I'm now wondering whether Ozo is regretting their choice of Rialto now, because out of all the maps they can play on Escort, Rialto is probably one of the most one of the maps that Goats is really strong on consistently across the whole point. So yeah, it's an interesting pick coming out from Ozo, and they're playing. And the craziest thing is they're playing double sniper into a pretty obvious Goats pick from ISG. Like you pretty much know ISG is probably gonna play Goats after that beautiful performance on Nepal. So playing double sniper against Goats, maybe not the best choice.
Yeah, but it's okay. I would say they are the attackers anyway. They will waste a few seconds here, and we'll see if they actually are going to be stubborn or will just adjust accordingly. It'll be up to ProGod and Yufeng though to make this double sniper comp work out. Amakazi taking some damage, and finally we will see the reveal here for both squads. Yufeng though and ProGod still sticking on. They're going to go for one push with double sniper. We'll see if this will work out in their favor. Uncontested so far, coming into the pathway, and Aishu getting the shield up, being protected there by Amakazi. But here comes the speed boost. Hakwa already moving on in with the rest of his team. They get rid of K as well as the Red Lucio, and ISG winning out that fight with just one press of a button.
The worst thing here is that Hanzo is probably gonna stagger. Oh, looks like they're not gonna be able. They're not gonna let the Hanzo escape freely, and
yeah, so
really set up for a second engage into the back line.
Yeah, we're still getting those. Yeah, we're still getting some.
Do get ProGod, however they will rotate all the way.
But anyway, Dragon Strike is gonna come out as we do still have
just to get a grab
issues, man.
So
yeah, we're still getting
insane
discard issues.
rotation
So
there,
we'll still keep on trying
really
this
showing
good rotation. As
how
John
good
says,
is played on this map.
ProGod though with the pickup onto Hakwa, that was very confusing in terms of our listeners, how buggy that was. But ProGod now popping the info site. Looks like the Discord switch isn't the only problem right here. ProGod though gonna move on in. We do see a grapple hook, and it's gonna be for Ishama just trying to shield on up. Ralph though blowing up the Chinese Lucio, and here comes ISG once again on the prowl with their goats. They get the stun out, but the nano boost now on to kill Ishama. They're gonna go for the push, and Graviton gets eaten up by Amakazi. An amazing play there from the Diva. Yufeng popping out the Dragon Strike, but there's gonna be no thing to set it up. In the meantime, Aishu gonna push on with the Shatter. Gets 2 so far. That's gonna be a third. Coalescence there, just whittling down K. He will fall to the micro missiles. ISG will be able to get the defense.
ISG showing how much of a good specialist they are. It's to the point where, you know, I'm happy not watching them play any other comps other than Goats for the whole series. Sure, I would love to see them play something else with the same amount of competency they have shown with Goats, but that Goats is like a ballet dancer, so potent, so competent. I'm happy watching this
from Ralph already. And that was just one of those sneaky Gravitons just trying to hide in the backline. ProGod though looking for a snipe or two. But in the meantime, it's gonna be OZO being beaten back once again. ISG so far pretty solid in their defense. Anytime OZO gonna go
SG
for
record
rotate.
right now is
God, what record? Meantime, we have the Plaza defense here from ISG. OZO gonna go
It
put a
looks like
push in.
they
Huge
angry
buy
game
grenade
one.
there, but we have the shatter this time. Soundfire being popped up, Gravity Surge in response here from Woobu, but there's not gonna be enough follow-up here from the OZO side for the time being. Coalescence now comes out, and it's gonna be ISG gonna go for the push in. We'll fix the technical difficulties after this round, so I'll just go for a quick little solo cast in the meantime. Cest and Yufeng, Cest takes care of Yufeng rather, and ISG gonna go back off thanks to the buy grenade there from K. OZO now just sticking on with this, gonna go for the push in, but the Anubis is in their arsenal. Yufeng now switching to the Pharah. We have the rally now from Cest, however, and ISG gonna go push on in once again with this armor. Gravity Surge being pushed up. And now Amakazi just going onto the second floor, getting some hits from above. We have the Lucio just gonna wanting to contest, but now it's gonna be OZO on their last legs. Amakazi swooping on by, takes care of Yufeng, and this is gonna be the Japanese squad proving absolutely superior in this game. The D.Va taking care of the Lucio as well, and it's gonna be round 1 being complete. Solid defense there from the Japanese squad.
Just to test out my mic, can you hear me, Daks?
Yeah, but I'm a little worried, so maybe we should try partying up. Does that work? We party up in the lobby and we can use voice chat in game. Do you think that's a better option? What do you guys think?
Yeah, we can try that. That's a decent option.
Let's try that. YOLO. Invite to the group, and hopefully we can continue this game without any more technical difficulties. Yeah, accepted though. And we move on to group chat. So lots of different opportunities here for us. I'm waiting on you for to join group chat actually. Hello?
Here I am.
Yeah, okay. I think this is a lot better. Let's just cast here.
I'm pretty sure Blizzard never meant for this to be used this way, but you know what? If it works, it works.
Yeah, so solid defense there from ISG so far, just running that goats. And in the meantime, I think they heard you call them out. They're not, looks like they're not running the goats right now. They might switch to it later on, but they have a Hanzo and Doofus in their queue. On the other hand, here for OZO, we have Yufeng on the Pharah. Gonna be the standard thing to run on Rialto. Very safe pick to actually use in the first point.
And of course, with ISG showing how masterful they are with gold, I think we can expect to see the same level of competency on attack that they have shown on defense. So it's gonna be tough for OZO. This is a Taiwanese squad,
Yeah,
right?
Taiwanese squad. But now they're gonna switch off
Taiwan.
to the Goats comp right here, and we will see a Goats as well from ISG. So one triggering their way to victory this time. ISG gonna go for a push on in. It's very close actually. It's just 87 meters here for ISG to take this out. We're gonna have a siege, however, between the buildings here, just getting rid of all the art, all the beauty of Venice. We have the charge in right now, and Aishu, it's gonna be Ralph though, charged on up. He will stay alive. Good sustain there from the Japanese squad, and the Taiwanese team of OZO already on the back foot.
And was Kamikaze pushing out, trying to harass both the tanks and the D.Va, but now the D.Va has no shift, so they will be focusing down. No, they will be going for Yifeng, and Yifeng with no shields will slowly fall to the combined assault of ISG. And now with so little members of OZO left, oh, the Shatter!
Shatter there from OZO, just trying to bring this back, but Ice already getting rid of Boo Boo, and the payload just moving in the back. This might be a absolute victory here for ISG. We still see a contest here from the side of OZO. Hiyoshama trying to go for some picks, but Aishu getting the Shatter out. Doesn't really lead too much, but it's enough to get the space. ISG takes the win, and we are gonna move on to a third map, and ISG already at the cusp of victory.
Alright, this is looking so clean by ISG here, and of course POTG by Aishu here. On the side of Rialto, we're looking to make sure all the way to the backline. This is on defense, of course, and goes straight for the Hanzo, and Hanzo dies. Everyone dies. Hammer swing does 70 damage per swing, and of course that means everyone's dead within 3 swings.
So yeah, we'll try to fix this up. I think this is the best situation for me and John right now to cast in the game. Well, he's casting in the game. I'm casting You guys directly ISG here, 2 maps 2-0, and if they take this, we are gonna be done with the series, done for the day, and done for the week. We did see Hakwa now switching from the Symmetra to the Mercy. Tamalon actually, oh, this is actually a very, very rare spot for Ana. I don't see this too often.
And of course, with the Widow and the Genji, that's actually meta right now. Widow Genji, because you have the nano boost. You have the nano boost for the Genji or the Winston, and you have insane amount of healings coming out from the side of both Mercy and Ana. So I do like the pick coming out from ISG, showing that they have a good read on the current meta. So let's see whether they actually get the execution. They do. Wow,
they have an even better read.
Right into the backline.
Dude, they had such a good read, not only on the meta, but on their opponent. They knew OZO was gonna go there, putting Tamalon up on top there by grenade onto the oncoming tanks, and ISG already winning out this fight. They get the res out onto Cess as well, and for now, it's gonna be ISG in control. Hopeless though, just trying to put some hope into this fight, just raining some rockets from above, gets Swift Strike instead by Cess.
Cess cutting out Hopeless. And Hopeless feeling a little bit hopeless as he returns back to spawn, and now ProGod getting picked on rounds, but getting picked himself by the amazing Amakaze, pushing him back to the point. So what OZO need to do now is to make sure they swap accordingly to the onslaught, to the characters that ISG bring to the table. And now the characters that ISG bring to the table is now two flankers, no more Widow, just a Tracer and a Genji.
Yeah, so it's a pretty classical dive here from ISG. They do have the Mercy, they do have the Ana, so a lot of healing potential here. In the meantime, Hopeless has switched to Rooper. Tamalon though getting the Sleep Dart out, and Cess with whip up the blade, getting the cut there onto the Reaper so far. Wants to go for the D-Mech as well, but the Winston now just causing so much pressure. ISG in the back, just getting rid of all the pests in their backyard. We have a coalescence right now from Error. He gets rid of Hakwa. Amakaze gets D-Mech as well, but the self-destruct in the way. No one can get to the point this time for the side of OZO, and this looks like ISG can hold steadfast. They still have the numbers in their fight, and Amakaze will take down Kiyoshima.
And of course, ISG looking like one of the strongest team in open deep right now. Amakaze pushing for ProGod, not giving ProGod any space, actually gets the mech on the Widow. And look at this, Amakaze versus ProGod now, but slowly and surely the Taiwanese squad is making a comeback. But Zez with the Dragon Blade is going amok all the way into the back line, cutting down ProGod, cutting down Error, and it looks like they will get back the point.
ISG, these guys are gonna be ones to watch. Maybe we'll see them in contenders trials, but Cess getting the blade back. The fight isn't over, however. OZO still in this. Mada popping the Valkyrie. Not yet time for them to lose this out, and this looks like it's finally their chance to get the point, get on the board. They do get the D-Mech there onto Amakaze. OZO now finally getting the capture that they need.
And now I just switching to Hammond, my favorite character in this whole series right here. Now, even in this meta, I really like Hammond defense on the second point of Anubis, because there's so many places you can play the Hammond, so many pillars they can engage Hammond from. And of course, now we have them setting up all the way to the left and right. And Rex and Zest taking up position, playing really, really aggressive, hoping to convert into the backline of OZO.
So Tamalon though will go pop the Nano Boost for the time being. Kiyoshima in the way will get the kill onto the Ana, and OZO gonna move in from the catacombs as well as from the middle, but their split actually doesn't work out in their favor. Good focus fire here from ISG. Gonna be able to get a stagger as well onto this Diva. Woo boo. Just not really saying woo to this one. Gonna be the baby Diva just dancing around. ProGod though will be able to get a pickoff onto Amakaze in return, but so far so good here for ISG in their second point defense.
ProGod's working double duty right now for OZO and been playing so well on that Pharah and the Widowmaker nonetheless, so showing that he's not just a projectile specialist but a hit scan god. As you can see from the name, Pro and God, showing that he is indeed a master of both projectile and hit scan. So I shall need to engage right now with the mines all the way to the backline, fragmenting the team, and the bomb coming out will be clearing the mines, I think. Yeah, there we go. All the mines clear.
Okay, dude, that is like the most cost-effective thing when you know there's a minefield. Just launch a nuke at something. But in the meantime, Dragon Blade is gonna be a tried and tested thing. Does get a kill onto one. Hopeless with the Death Blossom gets a self-destruct in return. ISU just trying to move around, but doesn't really get much for the time being. Lucio though off Hakwa, keeping on to the point. The rest of ISG moving on in, getting 3 kills so far. Wubu gets the mech, and another stagger here for the Diva of OZO.
I think the Taiwanese squad is breaking out their own goals to show ISG exactly how goals is played. But look at the Diva, like you mentioned, the Diva was getting staggered and is still getting staggered. Past tense, present tense, current tense, and only now has Diva died. And they will have to wait for Wubu to respawn all the way from the start.
Yeah, ISG just staying on to the point. Now only 3 minutes here for the OZO squad so far. Sambire is available. The Taiwanese though just trying to regroup in, and they do have Kiyoshima on this Reinhardt. They're just gonna push on in. Ralph has switched to the Junkrat. Interesting pick there from ISG, just making it rain some grenades. Kiyoshima though gaining the charge into Aishu. Ralph will be able to get the kill after the Sambire now from Hakwa. ISG just gonna go push on in once again into the archway. We have a Dupes here from Cess, but Prograd will get the whip shot instead onto the Junkrat. OZO though staying beside the Ziggurat entrance. They don't want to push on in without the Reinhardt.
And of course, Raph and Zez showing that they're not just the GOATS expert, but they can play a variety of DPS at that. So we have seen Widowmaker, we have seen Jumper, and now Doomfist coming out from Zez. So all the way to the backline, Aishu with the mines, fragmenting the team once again. Rick Tire used by Raph all the way on the left side is going to get Fire Strike by Kiyoshima. Great Fire Strike there by Kiyoshima, and Bomb getting hopeless all the way out of the fight.
Self-destruct though coming out from both squads. It does is Amakasi though getting kill onto one. The other self-destruct not really doing much there for Wubu. We have the rally right now from Prograd. Way too late. Gets taken down by Aishu. ISG pushing on in. And a minute 44 remaining here for OZO. ISG right now just holding steadfast. We have seen them switch out of the GOATs. They have a Junkrat and a Doofus. So no more one-trick calls. No more Reinhardt, Zarya, Diva. It is going to be a Wrecking Ball here as their main sack, and Ralph just showing how flexible he can be, moving on to the Reaper instead.
And of course, this is, like we mentioned, this is the true test for Ghost, which this is where they have grabbed on. This is after they made countless number of drive, which this is the fight they need to win. There's no follow-up damage, and Aishu and Zez remain alive in the Graviton. Zez getting a punch on Mala is gonna get taken out immediately out of the fight, and of course the mine demacking Wubu once again, and Diva is gonna get staggered. Nope, they're gonna take out Diva immediately, and they will be pushing on to the rest of OZO. There's only 3 members left, and they will get the stagger, they will get everyone, and that's gonna mean they will have to wait a very, very long time before the squad can make their final fight,
It will be a very long time here for OZO to actually get back into this fight. They do have 3 ultimates, however, and they have the Lucio, so they can go for a quick little taxi service, just grab them Ubers and move on in. Hopeless now switching over to the Reaper. Aishu though just keeping up on the boxes, and he just wants to get the mines out in this fight. In the meantime though, OZO knows that Aishu doesn't have those mines, moving to move on in to the Catacombs instead, and Hopeless can apply so much pressure from the indoor area. Coalescence now comes out here, and we have a self-destruct tossed out. Amakasi gets Mada already. Earthshadow though coming out from Kiyoshima. It gets a charge out onto the Wrecking Ball, but it's gonna be too much pressure here from the ISG squad. Ralph coming back in from the black line, gets rid of the Reinhardt. Death Blossom now is available, and ISG just dancing around. Ralph a little angry, not even getting any of those kills, just moving around his cursor right there. But so far so good here for ISG. Error in making his last one will fall. It's gonna be a fatal one right there. Mada sound barrier will not reach anyone. It's like those Spotify entries where no one actually listens to, and ISG will be able to hold on to this.
How did we miss this team? How did we let this team slip through our fingers? I did not even know there was this team so strong, so potent, and so clean in the open division match. I've been looking at the history. I've been looking at what match they lost, because they actually went they lost one match in open div, so they didn't go in a winning streak, and that's actually quite weird to me, because from what I've seen, their plays have been really clean, and this is a team that actually can go through open div without dropping a single loss. So they actually lost a breakthrough in week 3 in a 3-0, which makes me think that that might be a forfeit. Of course, I cannot guarantee it was a forfeit, but breakthrough is like 4-3.
Like, I agree. I think that would be a forfeit. No need to stop. Continue, dude.
Yeah. So, Daks, what do you expect out of ISG for this attack phase? I gotta say, my expectation is pretty high right now for them. I expect them to clean up this point in a very, very short amount of time.
I do too. Honestly, we have seen Ralph play a myriad of heroes. Maybe we'll see the Widowmaker, or maybe they'll go for the full commit on the goods. Looks like they're still in between trying to figure it out. On the other hand, we have OZO gonna go for the Pharah, gonna go for the Doomfist. We might see a switch out into Winston as well from Kiyoshima, coming out from Wubu. So maybe a dive with some aerial support here for OZO, and yeah, that's exactly what they're gonna do.
And like you mentioned again and again, from a more experienced caster to someone still learning the ropes of casting, we never analyze the composition of the attacking team. So like Azimai, I don't think Haka is going to be playing that top lane. But on the side of defense, however, Hopeless and Progot, like you mentioned, on the Doomfist and the Pharah, a pretty unorthodox pick coming out from the defending team. Because we talked about this before, we generally don't want to play Pharah on the side of defense because there's so many teams that like to open with a Widowmaker. And of course, Progot playing a Doomfist would mean that they themselves would have no Widowmaker on defense.
Yeah, so here comes ISG already on the point. Ralph waiting for an opportunity to strike, but Hopeless will just siege onto the Widowmaker in the backline. In the meantime, here the point, first stick has been taken, and Progot with the kill on to Cess. So ISG not really in the best shot so far. Ralph not really in the fight, thanks to the Pharmacy's interference. Progot though gaining a Hammer's Fist in the face will fall to the hand of Aishu. Wubu up on top as well, just gonna go for a drop down contest, but this looks pretty good now for ISG. Ralph finally getting the shots out, gets rid of error for the time being, looking for an opportunity to get the shot out to Hopeless, and Hako is the one getting the takedown onto the Baby Diva. Here comes the Pharah swooping on in with the Mercy, but Mada will just leave him to die. The Mercy here might actually get staggered if no one fetches Mada, and this looks absolutely dire here for OZO.
Oh, ISG, my expectations for you were so much higher. How could you take 1 minute to cap the point? You gotta have done it a lot faster than that. So with 6 minutes and 45 seconds left to cap the second point, it looks like it's going to be very tough for OZO to hold this for a full almost 7 minutes. So there will be a couple of swaps coming out from the side of... No, there won't be any swap. It's still Goats versus Pharah Doomfist. Of course, Pharah Doomfist is one of the established counters for Goats. So not swapping here makes sense, but as I say that, Progot's gonna be swapping to the Brigitte, which is also fine.
Yeah, Ralph there switching over from the Widowmaker to Zarya. No Graviton will be in play, but probably just for the bubbles and for the laser beam. Aishu though will be the man to watch. He has the shatter. Gonna move on in. Can we get the stun on out? Kiyoshima waiting for a top opportunity, and Aishu gets to. This is gonna be bridge over troubled waters here for OZO, but no kills so far in their name. Amakazi the one getting the kill, and this is gonna be Tamolan with the Coalescence. This might be a mixture of IHC's absolute practice and perfection with this victory. Hakon though will go for the sound barrier to beat on the drums of victory here. Nanobus though will be there to try and contest it, and Wubu has the substruck available, so OZO not out of this yet. Wubu now launching the substruck in the air, will lead to any kills. Perfect rotation there from ISG to go on inside, and OZO not using the opportunity to actually dive on in. Ralph now getting rid of Hopeless, and this is gonna be the Ana out of commission. Error not in the best spot to go for some healing, and this is gonna be half the potential there from OZO. ISG already winning it out, not even needing to finish the fight, and that's gonna be GG. Well played there. ISG taking the series 3-0.
Daks, I'll be keeping an eye out for this team right here, because I think we will see them feature in a place called Open D playoffs, and after that maybe trials, and after that maybe contenders, and who knows, we might have 2 Japanese teams playing the contender series, something that we have never seen before, because the Japanese team have generally been safe. No offense to the Japanese squad, but in the first season of contenders, Yoshimoto wasn't exactly the strongest squad